right, well, hopefully the phone's already started recording here. We're going back to the old school tech. All right, well, this is my vlog channel, and this is not a place where I'm making obviously my comedy videos or my gaming videos. This is a place where I can just talk about whatever I feel like. Basically, I'm just going to kind of chronicle for myself what's going on in my life because I found that a lot of things are just kind of flying by really quickly, and it'd be nice to be able to look back at it. It's funny how when I need to go and create videos, I kind of know what I want to be doing with it. With this, it felt kind of like, all right, how do I get into it? So I was putting off doing this, but it felt like April 1st. I did a April Fool's joke today on my gaming channel, and it seems funny to me to contrast that by having a serious video, a serious channel basically started, and not serious in like, I'm going to be talking about mega serious things, just that this isn't something where I'm going to be going out of my way to entertain. I'm just going to talk about what's been going on for me and stuff like that, so people who are interested can check it out if they want to, but it's a way for me to look back and see how much things have changed because it's been 10 months since I started YouTube now, almost. In about a week, it'll be 10 months since I really started making videos and being like a creator and like enjoying this whole concept of, let's entertain people, let's make videos. So it's been 10 months. A lot has changed, honestly. That point when we started was a really, really bad time in life, and things have gone considerably better. So it's nice to be able to look back and think, like, yeah, it's crazy. It's been 10 months, and now this is my third. I guess technically I have another channel, but that one I don't really use. So this is really my third channel now. This one I'm not really planning on advertising it or really throwing out there that it exists. I'm just going to kind of record videos for it, put them up. So at this point, basically it's been it's been a whole 10 months. All kinds of crazy stuff has happened. I've had some crazy stalkerish people who were like obsessed with me that I had to deal with. I've had people trying to pay to track down where I live, and then far more than that, I've had a lot of awesome people who have come and hung out. Honestly, it's really dope. I really enjoy getting to entertain people. I really like trying to make people laugh specifically. That's like my favorite thing to do. I really value comedy a lot. So to be able to get the opportunity to make people laugh and to see that I'm getting more of a reaction than I would have thought originally. The funny thing is everybody I know basically pushed me to like, go try being an entertainer, do whatever, but I never really believed in myself enough to do it. I thought it was going to be that, hey, you're the office funny guy kind of thing. So I never really tried. So the response that I got is fantastic. It's really nice to be able to make these videos. I get these responses from people where it feels like they're really, it's making a difference for them. And I'm not from some Mother Teresa like, oh yeah, you're out there changing the world kind of thing, but it's like just making a difference for some people's lives, even in a small way, is pretty meaningful. I was looking around the kitchen today at all the different things, all the different foodstuffs that were sitting around the kitchen, and I thought to myself how everything we have, like every little thing around you, was generally, it's not like one person invented all this stuff. This all was created by mankind, and there's all little bits of entertainment that I enjoy from all kinds of different sources. So it's nice to be able to be part of that, like giving back and also feeling rewarded for it. Like I get to have that direct feedback. Before, I would make little pamphlets that I thought were really funny, and I would show them to people. Or if I came up with something like a really funny joke, I would go and tell people. And now with YouTube, I have the ability to go ahead and just put all that out there for people. And on top of that, I can use it in other ways like this. Like I wouldn't normally, I've tried doing like the journal diary thing, and I do it for a couple days, but end up giving up. Like not giving up, sorry, but forgetting. Because it's not giving up. I don't go, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I just literally forget about it. So it's more of my brain doesn't prioritize and doesn't really care that much. But I figure since I'm used to making videos, I like doing this. This is another route to kind of chronicle what's going on with me, get my thoughts out that way so I have something to look back at. And this way it doesn't have to, like on this setup, it doesn't have to interfere with any of my entertainment channels. Nobody will end up seeing this when they come looking for magic content or anything like that. So they won't have to watch stuff that they don't want to deal with. And I'll be able to come back and see, like I can come back in a year from now, watch this and say, hey, oh, okay, things have changed like this. And even just the way that I'll title these videos will clue me into like what was going on that day. Because a lot can happen in one day. I did a lot over the weekend. I ran multiple magic events. I played some Force of Will, got some awesome Force of Will trades. I ended up going through some bulk last night, went through some bulk today, went out to lunch with a friend. Like a whole bunch of stuff is going on. Whereas I used to be at home a lot more, not doing that much. It used to be mainly just focused completely on working, just selling cards and doing all that. And this whole YouTube thing that I'm doing here, I want to be like I want to be an entertainer and I want to make money off of it, because that means that when I'm making money off it, I'm free to do it without having to be doing other things. But that being said, I'm not willing to step away from what I'm doing to support myself now in terms of selling cards and running tournaments until I feel like we have some kind of stable cushion and some savings and everything, because my whole life I've never really had like a cushion of savings or anything like that. And then so about a year ago, a little over a year ago, when Carly like got fully disabled and was no longer able to work, that really hit the income of our unit hardcore, right? And so I've been doing what I can to make up for it, but I don't have the ability to take care of all that, keep us in like new clothes and stuff. She doesn't have everything that she needs to, but the channel gives us the little extra resources that allow us to get the things that we need. And sometimes some real ballers send out things like they've sent out a brace for her hand and like a keyboard and things like that that really make a difference for her. So that kind of stuff is touching. You know, it shows that people genuinely enjoy what we're up to, and I'm glad that the enjoyment of like the content that I create extends to her as well. Like the love isn't just for me, and they're like, we don't like her. It's like the community that comes and hangs out with me. They adore her as well because she's awesome. So it's an all around win. I feel right now like I'm really lucky. I've gotten past some of the hurdles that come with getting onto YouTube and getting like exposed to more people. Like the sort of obviously the amount of negative comments that you're gonna get. It's something if you're not prepared for it. I mean, first of all, it's hard to get to me because I don't really care what most people have to say if they don't know me. If they're not able to strike a nerve and understand who and what I am, then their insult is meaningless. Like, it's just kind of like, you don't know me, and what you're saying shows you don't understand my character, so you can't cut deep. Like, you can't get at me, so it doesn't bother me. And I've had like extensive experience in sales, telemarketing, and other things. So I've been like rejected numerous times, like many, many, many times. I've dealt with lots and lots of negative responses. So to me, it's nothing. You know what I mean? I got a thick skin for that kind of shit. No big deal. But I did have the different issue that I had that I actually had to deal with was something that I dealt with more on Facebook, where I would see something stupid and I would call somebody out for something stupid, or somebody would say something to me or didn't like what I said to something, and we get into this like, no, fuck you kind of shit in the comments. And I was bad for that. I would get like mad dog on people in the in my YouTube comments and shit. Like every single person, I would consider it as if they had put all the time and consideration I went into a comment, instead of actually realizing that these people just are giving throwaway comments and to not give a shit and to not respond all angrily and put the energy into it, because they're most of the time not going to even come back and look at it or respond. So it's a waste of time. So I've learned to navigate some of the time sinks that come along with being a creator, and I've met a lot of awesome people. I'm looking forward to a lot of the opportunities. I haven't even been here for a year, and already I'm on to my like third channel here. Although this one again is really just for my vlog, like talking about myself. So this isn't like the same sort of the production value we put in the other channels. In fact, Carly won't be involved with this one. She's not going to be involved with the editing or any of that. So I'm not going to worry about thumbnails. Although, you know, let me get into like some weird, so YouTube can go, pick one of these faces to be your thumbnail. Oh no! Because that's the kind of shit YouTube does. So I'm just going to do that because I'm not going to be doing any kind of special editing or anything. I will learn to do some of the editing. That's going to be part of the vlog project. It's going to be to try and get me to move outside of my comfort zone, learn to do some of that stuff so I can take some of the burden off of Carly, or up our production if she's feeling comfortable at the level we're at, whichever works better for the balance on any given day. But either way, having me have the ability to do some of the stuff she can do would be beneficial for us as a team. So I'm definitely going to be looking into that. I want to keep stepping up my game when it comes to content creation, because I like what I do, and I'm not focused on making what I can make to appeal to the most people, but what I am focused on making is exactly what I want to make, the best possible way, the best gear, the best whatever, anything that can improve things, lighting, sound, whatever it is. all these things that create the kind of flow that make it a more enjoyable experience to watch a video. That's what I'm looking to create in a way where we can learn like at our own pace, where it's comfortable for us. So I don't want any of this to feel stressful. We've been stressed out about things like this before, and you don't get anything from it. I remember when we were cranking really hard at the beginning. I've made over 600 videos now already, guys. Over 600 YouTube videos. So in 10 months, 600, like released to the public, 600 videos. That includes live streams and things like that. But I've already done over 600 videos, which is staggering when you think about it. TV shows would do like one a week and release, 52 in a year if they did one a week all year. Again, I'm not trying to fucking say here that the production values that we have are on that level, but still, the amount of content that we crank is considerable, and I have a really good time doing it. So I just want to keep, doing what I'm doing, keep learning, keep improving, appreciate where I'm at. I want to work on issues like health issues now. Honestly, I feel like I'm underweight. I'm not eating enough. I have a difficult time with fucking food, I find. I'm not interested in a lot of food. And when I start eating, I lose interest in it quickly. And I don't know if any of you have dealt with this, but when eating isn't pleasurable, like eating is supposed to be enjoyable. When it's not, it feels like a chore. Eating becomes the same as like digging a hole or something. This is just something that you have to do. So I need to work on that. I think that hopefully the smoking, like that quitting the tobacco and everything, which is a slow going process but is still being worked on, hopefully regaining my sense of smell will change the way that I interact with food, and also the way that I experience life. I recall a lot of my experiences from when I was younger involving smells, like being outside and there being a particular scent of the night air, or the time my parents took me to like a late night like monster truck rally drag race place, and the smell that was there, this baseball field that I went to. There's all these different places, and they have these different events and scents and places, and I feel like that ties into memory. So I don't know, I just wonder if I'm losing out on a part of life in that way. Anyways, it's just a random thought. See, that's what this is going to be. It's just going to be kind of whatever's going on my mind at the time. It took me a while to actually, I guess not build up the nerve, but work around to doing this. My brain kept on coming up with excuses, because when it comes to entertaining people, I run and I'm gung-ho. When it comes to this more frank sort of honesty, there's none of the comedy or entertainment to make it something that would be interesting to people, and it's not created to be interesting to people, but it's just a reflection of the problems that I have sometimes, where I always want to entertain people and make them laugh, and that may just be a reflection of like a lower self-worth, where I don't value myself enough, so I think that people are only going to like me if I can make them laugh, and I'm only as good as my last joke. So that may be an issue. I think that there's something about people who are really funny where we kind of have some serious flaws as well, and it makes you wonder too, if I work on those flaws and I fix all the flaws, do I lose the funny? Do I keep it? Do I get to keep that? Or is that like, do I have to have both of them? So in a way, it's weird to wonder if you're damaged, and if fixing that damage would take away what you feel makes you special. I don't know. That's how I feel sometimes, though. I do feel like sometimes there's something wrong with me, and that's what makes me feel the need to be funny all the time. Like maybe it's just that the world is so dark, and I know how dark it can be, and I just want it to be a lighter place. So when I'm laughing, that lightness is there, and when I can get other people laughing, the light kind of expands outwards. So it's just, I don't know, it's like holding a torch in the darkness, and other people just show up and light their torches from your torch, and you just stand around, and there's just that camaraderie. I don't know. Good thing this is just a vlog, so I can just kind of ramble and share my thoughts in that way. But I don't know, it's just that whole, like, I've read about like people who are funny, there's a higher incidence of like depression and suicide and things like that, because you have that as a coping mechanism. Underneath, I don't even like the word coping, honestly. I find that it's just like dealing with, and I take issue with the word coping even when I say it. So anyways, we're animals, and we're basically designed to just like, not designed, but we evolved to procreate and eat, and that's about it kind of deal, right? So this whole like other aspects of it, when it comes to comedy and everything like that, that's just a tool. It's an animal social interaction tool that's should be underlying existing for base goals. So if I somehow became like a complete person where I was all mentally balanced and happy all the time, Would I feel the need to make people laugh anymore? Would making people laugh become a chore? Would I lose a core part of what I consider my identity? And if that's the case, is it even a core part of my identity if it can just go away like that? I don't know. There's a lot to think about. I doubt that I'll have to worry about it that anytime soon because honestly, I mean, that whole, oh, the path to perfection, which by the way isn't something that I'm on because it's not something you can attain. I'm simply walking down the road and as I go trying to make better choices. That's it. Trying not to spend my time looking back and getting sad over the past and bad choices. Trying to look forward and always pick the best forks in the road and shit and avoid the overhanging branches wherever possible. You know what I'm saying? And if one hits you, you just rub yourself, keep going. So that's my plan. Anyways, I don't know how long these things are normally going to be or what I'm going to do, but I feel like this is a good place to kind of wrap it off. It's kind of rambling or whatever. I'm not really going to advertise that this is up or out there really. I'm just going to let it be what it is. I originally intended to call the channel the Perp Hatch, but I don't know if that's just going to be the email name and if I accidentally called the channel Mike Hatcher. But if I did, I'm actually just going to leave it at that because that's perfectly suitable. Because that's just what it's going to be. It's just going to be me and not like entertainment, just me. So that'll be cool for me to watch when I want to, and for anybody else who wants to listen to whatever the hell happened in my day or whatever's going on in my mind. So I guess I'll just end it off here. Goodbye to you and goodbye to me.